What would happen if I just called Benson up? Hello? You're currently on the phone with Kacey K. Yep, that's me. Good morning, everybody. I am currently in Central Standard Time Zone. Is that what it is? I'm only used to Mountain and then West or Pacific. um, and then Eastern is Middle America, Central. It's always like on Disney Channel when they're like, Smart House playing tonight at 8/7 Central. And we're like, okay, what does that mean? No one knows what that means. I think we even asked our grandma one time, we're like, what does that even mean? She's like, oh, it's just a different time zone. We're like, oh, okay. What does that mean? But yes, I am back in the good old state of Oklahoma. Yeehaw. I'm surrounded right now by horse trailers and horses, and so if you hear sounds in the background, that's what it is. Someone, I think, is insisting on running their generator right now, and horses are neighing and whinnying. And yesterday I was trying to take a nap, and so some people, this rodeo is like a big event. It's like 10 days long. I guess I should tell you why I'm here. My sister is running horses in this barrel race, and it is in Oklahoma. It's like a big, I guess, final a barrel race, I guess you could say. If you don't know what a barrel race is, it's when they run around the arena and do that triangle pattern around the metal barrels. So there you go. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what that is, but you never know. And this podcast is here for people to learn. So, yeah. And so we obviously are staying. Oh, I'm not. I'm flying home tomorrow. But my sister's staying the whole time because you can't just drive back and forth every time. So she's running. She ran yesterday and she runs again today. And then she doesn't run until like Friday, I think. Friday or Saturday. And so she kind of just has to hang out here. And I kind of complained to my mom. She wanted me to stay here for the whole 10 days. And I'm like, you know, I'm not doing that. But now it's kind of nice. Like, I've just been like deep cleaning the trailer and watching Netflix. And we went to Barnes and Noble yesterday. I went on a walk last night. I went on a walk this morning. Like, it feels pretty good here. And it's kind of just nice to not have to worry. Like, when I'm at home, it's hard for me to like relax because I'm constantly just looking around thinking, oh, I need to finish that. Oh, I need to do that. Oh, I had to do this. I got to get this done. But here it's like, I don't really have to do anything. So it's kind of nice. So I wish I could have stayed longer, but I am flying to Phoenix on Friday with my cousin Georgie. We're going to see our friend Angelina, and we're going to the Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan Sweat Tour. So that'll be fun. So even if I wanted to stay longer, I could not. Um, anyway, so that's why I'm here. I'm here to drive the truck and trailer because my sister, bless her heart, she just does not pay attention, especially when she's pulling things. And yeah, so this trailer is massive. I'll just be honest with you. It makes me nervous to drive it sometimes. And yeah, but she rode on the back the entire time in the trailer, and she kept saying like, "Are you sure you don't want me to ride up here?" I'm like, "No, literally, I want you to leave me alone. I want to be up front. I want to listen to my podcasts in peace. I want to listen to my music in peace. I want to listen to my manifestation app. I just want to be alone." And she's like, "I just feel bad." I'm like, "I do not feel bad. Like, I am used to this. This is how I prefer it." So I was just up in the truck all by myself, listening to literally every podcast. I listen to my cousin's podcast. They have one about the Amazing Race. It's called The Amazing Rewatch. It's very, very good. You should look into it, especially if you like The Amazing Race and just like reality television like that. I listened to Trisha Paytas. I didn't listen to Tana Mojo, the Cancel podcast. Who else did I listen to? There was one I listened to a lot. I am totally spacing it now. Oh, I listened to Tyrants, the Ty French podcast. Oh, Brittany Broski, of course. Yeah, so that is why I'm here. And then my mom is flying out Saturday morning to drive home. Because, like I said, my sister is not a bad driver. She's just not a good driver. I'm sorry, Annie. I know you're going to get mad at me. But you're just not. And that's okay. Um, so, yeah. And now I'm sitting here. My sister went on, I guess it's kind of a date thing, and she's like, okay, we're gonna go to this restaurant and meet up with this person. I'm like, we? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not going. She's like, why? I'm like, I am not being the third wheel on my sister's date. And she's like, well, I just don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel left out. I'm like, Annie, I have been alone for 29 years, so I think I'm going to be okay. She's like, well, I just don't want you to feel sad. I'm like, well, okay, that's not your fault. So just go have fun. So she's on her date right now. It's 9 in the morning here, but it's because she runs her horse later this afternoon and she wants to be here and ready to go. So I was like, that works out good because I need to record this podcast anyways. And yeah, you're probably wondering what my intro is about, and that is about Benson Boone. Because sorry, I turned the gain sensor thing down on here, and because there's like a lot of background noise, so if you hear like horses whinnying and all that kind of stuff, just deal with it. And now I just remember what I was going to tell you guys. I was trying to take a nap yesterday, and this horse in this trailer was pawing, and that's basically exactly what it sounds like. They just like are so impatient and anxious, and they just like keep pawing their foot at the ground. But it was in a trailer, and it was the most obnoxious sound in the entire world. Like, it went on non-stop, and usually I can sleep through just about anything, but sometimes there are just these obnoxious noises that I can't deal with. When I'm awake, if a noise is obnoxious, like I can't really function. Like when I'm driving and like there's a part of the car rattling, like I will find that sound and like hold the plastic or whatever it is down that's rattling the entire drive because I cannot stand it. The worst is when you're driving like a SUV and something in the back is rattling, and like I'll literally stop and try and figure out what it is because it is so annoying. But most of the time I have my music up super loud, so it doesn't bother me that much. But yeah, I had to put my headphones in yesterday to take a nap, and I promise you, I am not a picky sleeper. Like, I can sleep pretty much anywhere. I took a nap this year when we went to Disneyland in the what is it, Crushed Turtle Talk uh, thing while the kids were talking to the turtle, and I took a nap in the tiki room. I can sleep basically anywhere, but sometimes there are just those noises that are so obnoxious. And then this morning I was getting up to go for my walk. I wish I would have done this earlier too. I went on a walk this morning. I'm like, why didn't I do this every single day since I've been here? Like, it feels good here, you guys. It is nothing like last time. Last time was horrid. Last time was awful. This time it's still like 90 degrees in the afternoon, but for the most part it's still like really a decent temperature and it's comfortable. And anyway, these people pull up and this puppy was barking, and I'm just like, you know what, that is so annoying. There's nothing more annoying, I think, than a dog that just consistently barks. It's like, don't you get tired? Ain't you tired? Aren't you exhausted? I have a dog who I love, but there are just some things that he barks at. Like, there's one four-wheeler in particular that he barks at. The rest of them that drive by, he does not care. There's my niece's truck that she drives by with her dogs in the back. He just goes absolutely feral. And then these people come to my house sometimes and ride horses because we have like an arena in the backyard. And Lord knows I'm not using it, so I'm glad someone can. And he just barks and barks and barks at them, and I'm just sitting in the house like seething. I'm like, I am so annoyed. I'm so embarrassed that this dog is just like a menace and these people are trying to have a good time out there. So I got him a shock collar, which I don't know, some people might think that's cruel, but this one, it'll beep a couple times, and then if he continues to bark, then it'll shock him. And let me tell you, it only had to beep once, and he stopped barking. So, anyway, yeah, I finally got my nap because I had to put headphones in. Then we went to Barnes and Noble. Then we went to this restaurant here called Salt something, Saltgrass, I think. It was pretty good. Anyway, Benson Boone. He was at ACL last night, I guess this weekend, and ACL is Austin City Limits in Texas. It's like their festival thing, and I was going to go. I think I have some friends that are going. Maybe it's next week because it's 2 weekends, and Dua Lipa is headlining, and I really, really, really wanted to go, and I kind of wish I would have because I got tickets to Dua Lipa, like I said, but they're up in the upper bowl, and I'm like, you know what? This is a concert I want to be down in the pit for, and I really, really, really wish I would have got pit tickets, like, so badly. I almost had them to New York, but they had to send me a code, and it went to my other phone, and I was in the gym, so I couldn't answer it in time, and so I didn't get my pit tickets. So I have upper bowl tickets in LA, but now I'm really wishing I would have gone because Dua Lipa is headlining ACL, and it looked so good. She put on a performance. Like, all over Twitter, people are like, this is how you make an entrance. This is like stage presence right here. This is amazing. I'm like, you know, when you like are like, no, I don't want to do that, and then you kind of just forget about it, and then that thing comes around and everyone's having such a good time, and you're like, oh, I should have done that. Sorry, now they're like washing a truck next to me, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. Anyway, Benson Boone was also at ACL, and he is going to be in Oklahoma City tonight at the Zoo Amphitheater. I don't know why it's called that, but, and I was looking at tickets. They're still so expensive. Why? If I don't understand, like, if your tickets are this expensive, why don't you play bigger venues? Like, obviously there's a demand. It's just really so annoying because he's literally right down the road from me, and I still can't go see him. I don't know. I should have just bought the tickets the very first time, but how would I have known that this was going to happen? That he was going to have concert tickets the same value as, like, a main pop diva. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, see, there's still... Some of them gone down. A lot of the tickets are gone now. Dang it. So, Ticketmaster, if you guys aren't aware, they have to show you the full price now. I don't know why it's just Ticketmaster. Oh, no, they didn't this time. When I bought Dua Lipa tickets, they told me, they said that this is the price of the full ticket, like fees and everything. But that is not the case for this one. Let me see. On StubHub, though, they don't have to tell you the price, all of it at once. And so I was looking at it. They wanted like $65 per ticket for fees. I'm like, that's a whole other ticket. Anyway, yes, I will not be going, unfortunately. And yeah, so should we just dive into what we're going to talk about? Sorry for all this background noise. It actually is very annoying. There's these people that come around that's like a mobile trailer and truck wash, which is actually a pretty good idea. I think they make a lot of money. But of course they have to do it right next to me when there's literally 75 other trailers around us that they could be going to. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my notes. Oh, I was thinking about this. I don't know why I was thinking about this. Why was I thinking about this? Was it on a podcast I was listening to? But why was I thinking about this? Anyway, do you guys think it's weird when you like you literally can fly thousands of miles and then be in a whole different location and then just like go on with your life? Does that make any sense? Like, I'm literally gonna fly home tomorrow and then like go about my day just as like a normal day. You know what I mean? I'm like, do all my jobs, do all my work, and it's just gonna be like I was in a whole different location, like 1,000 miles away this morning, and now I'm here. It's just so weird. Like, back in the day, they had to like take trains and it just took forever. And then even before jets were invented, I think taking a plane took forever. You know what I mean? It's just weird. This is a weird thought I had, and now I'm telling you about it. um, yeah, what else? So I was listening to, I think it was Maddie Murphy's podcast, and she was talking about how celebrities don't run their own social media. And I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I feel like there are some celebrities that don't, and then there are some celebrities that do. Like, I think Kim Kardashian runs her social media. I think she probably has like a team behind her when they're like planning when to post things, you know. But I think for the most part, it's like she basically created influencing. Let's just be honest. And so I think she does, but like then there's people like Jennifer Aniston. I don't think she does. I don't think she cares to. I don't think she wants to. I think she has a team behind her that does all of it. But then there's like Courtney Cox. And have you seen like her TikToks and Instagram reels? Like she's having fun with it. So I think she does. Then there's Taylor Swift, who I don't think she does, because all she posts now are her like pictures from her concerts that she's been performing at, you know. Who else? I think Kylie Jenner runs her own. I honestly think the Kardashians run their own. I think they might have like a layout of how they want to do it, and maybe like their Skims and their Kylie Cosmetics, I think maybe they have a more tailored, you know, system. But who else do I think runs their own? I don't know, a lot of people. So that's just a thought I had. I don't think every single. I'm trying to think of what I was listening to, and they were talking about celebrities and how their lives are so tailored to fit the fans. Anyway, sorry. I'm kind of like off my game right now, but Chris Christopherson died, which is sad. I don't really know what he was in. I know he was in one of the Stars Born movies. He died in Maui. Born June 22nd, 1936, and died September 28th, 2024 in Maui, Hawaii. He was born in Texas, Brownsville, Texas. Let's see what his official website says. About, I guess. Biography. Chris Christopherson's life is unprecedented and won't be replicated. Born Christopher Christopherson. Oh my gosh. That's so crazy. His name is literally, his first name is the first half of his last name. Kristoffer Christopherson. Kristofferson. That is kind of cool. That's crazy. That is so interesting. I've never seen anything like that. Anyway, in the border town of Brownsville, Texas, June 22nd, 1936, Christopherson changed the language of country music with extraordinary internal rhymes, Shakespearean iambic pentameter. Why are they using these big words? He was an Oxford scholar. Wow. A defensive back, a bartender, a Golden Gloves boxer, a Gandhi dancer. What is a Gandhi dancer? Hold, please. What is a Gandhi dancer? A Gandhi dancer is slang term for a railroad worker who laid and maintained railroad tracks before machines took over the work. Huh. Why do they call it a Gandhi dancer? Can you hear that horse? The workers' flat-footed steps may have resembled the way that geese walk. I still don't understand. Gandhi has synchronized movements. The workers were known for their synchronized movements while repairing tracks, which earned them the nickname dancers. Oh, I get it. Okay, that makes sense. Gandhi dancer. I've never ever heard that before. Sorry, now I gotta find his. Oh, here we go. Okay. a forest fighter, a road crew member, and an army ranger who flew helicopters. My gosh, he was a peacenik, a revolutionary, an actor, a superstar, a Casanova, and a family man. I wonder what a Casanova means. I just used that song Cowboy Casanova in a TikTok the other day, or an Instagram reel. He was almost a teacher at West Point, though he gave up to become a Nashville songwriting bum. West Point, that's pretty prestigious from what my grandma says. Oh my gosh, this is like so long. I'm not gonna read all this. Should we see what his IMDb says? Chris Christopherson. Dolly Parton put a nice tribute on her. Oh, he's number 2 right now on IMDb. Crazy. Known for Blade, Payback, Blade 2, and A Star Is Born. I feel like he's known for more than just that. Dolphin Tale 2. What else? He was in quite a bit. Joyful Noise. I don't know what that is. I know what Joyful Noise is. I don't know what that ad that just popped up is. He was in quite a bit. He was in Handy Manny. Wow. Anyway, R.I.P. Chris Christopherson. I wonder what some of his songs are. Okay, so it's saying his songs are Why Me, Riders in the Sky. That was 2016, so that's probably not that popular. Hang on, let me look on Spotify because it'll tell me. I don't want it to start playing though. Please don't start playing. Highwayman has 250 million streams. That must be popular because the rest of them have like 40 and 50 million, which is still a lot. I'm not saying that's not a lot. Roll Me Up and Smoke Me With Something. American Remains, Silver Stallion. Yeah. Who was he? Oh, it was Barbara Streisand who he was in Star Is Born with, right? Hasn't there been like 7 Star Is Borns? I'm just kidding, but I think there has been 4. Born. They just keep remaking it. Yeah, Barbara Streisand, Chris Christopherson in 1976. And it has a 6.1 star rating. Yeah, anyway, it's basically the exact same story as A Star Is Born with Lady Gaga. I wonder what that was rated. That movie was so good. I actually feel bad for her right now. 7.6. I agree with that. Joker is doing terrible, you guys. It's doing awful. I've heard from several people. Well, I personally have heard from one person that said it was the worst movie they've ever seen, and then all over TikTok and stuff, people are saying it's like not good. Like every time they think it's gonna pick up, like and build momentum, it doesn't. And like on Twitter, they're like saying how the Joker's like I hate my life. I just want to die, basically, and then it shows Harley Quinn or whatever her name is, and she's just like singing at the top of her lungs and dancing, and I don't know. Apparently, it just did not do very well, and that makes me so sad. Like, yeah, 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't really pay attention to that, you know. And if you like this movie, that is great. Like I didn't see it because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till it comes out on streaming because people that I trust dearly have told me that it was not good at all. And I'm like, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna see it obviously because Lady Gaga's in it, but like the first one, I don't ever need to see that movie again. That movie is depressing. That movie is sad. I don't like how dark it was, and I feel like it might be the same as this one. So people are saying like they wasted Lady Gaga's talent in this. Like there's no reason it should have done this bad. Yeah. So anyway, I feel bad. It made $121 million this weekend. I think that's total. I think that's worldwide, and the movie cost $200 million to make. So I think eventually it'll break even, but I don't know. I just feel bad. I feel bad that she worked really hard on this and was excited about it, and I don't think it was a lack of her trying. I don't think it was like you can watch it already on YouTube. That doesn't seem right. Um, I don't know, but like he wouldn't do any interviews. He wouldn't do any press with her. And I don't think it's because they had any beef or anything. I just feel like maybe he knew this movie was going to be bad. And I don't know. I don't know. So there's just that. And I feel bad for her. Rebel Wilson recently got married, which I thought she already was married. But apparently she just had a baby. That's what I was thinking of. But she got married this weekend. Let's see. Inside Rebel Wilson and Ramona Agruma's stunning seaside wedding in Sardinia. All the details from peoplemagazine.com. The couple who got engaged on Valentine's Day last year married on September 28th at the ultra-exclusive Hotel Cala di Volpa in Porto Cervo. I'm pretty sure I just said all of those words incorrectly. Let's see. The pair tied the knot on Saturday at an exclusive hotel, I'm not going to read the name again, in Italy, surrounded by about 60 loved ones, sources confirmed. Wilson, 44, later shared all the dreamy details of her seaside nuptials. We went on an amazing trip there early in our relationship with our friends, the Gonzas. Agrima, 40, told the outlet. We ate amazing food and found it to be the most romantic spot. So we decided we wanted to have a small destination wedding there, just family and close friends. 60? I guess it does add up. All the family members. We have loved collaborating with the Provonia's team to create our wedding dresses. They do look really pretty. Are they matching? I can't tell if they're not matching. They look very, very similar though. Good for her. I'm happy. I actually want to finish reading her book. I started it when I was in Boston, specifically riding the bus to Maine, and I want to do a episode. I want to start doing episodes on celebrity memoirs and like specific detailed episodes like that. And so I'm like, well, I need to like take notes. And so I stopped and I just haven't picked back up yet. So I got my highlighter already and I'm going to highlight pages and fold what do they call that? Dog ear the pages, which makes me cringe, but I actually kind of like that when you like see a book that someone actually really loves and you can tell they read a lot and have notes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start doing that. And I like to get the audiobook, especially when they read it and read along. I just feel like I retain more information that way. But she makes it so funny when she reads the book, and I love her accent, and she just reads it the way she like wrote it and wanted it to be like said and heard, you know what I mean? So it just makes it even funnier. But yeah, congratulations, Rebel Wilson. We love you. Beyonce is not. I mean, I think she's doing okay, but people are like relentless right now with the whole Diddy stuff. There's that viral TikTok sound going around, that song She Knows, and it's about Beyonce knowing about all the stuff that's going on with Diddy, which is so messed up. Of course, they're not blaming anybody else but the woman. You know what I mean? Like I've seen a couple here and there about Jay-Z and how he knows, and like a few other men, but it's Beyonce. I'm like, come on, really blame the woman? Seriously? Anyway, she has a Levi's ad right now, and yeah, that's that. So I don't know if she's collaborated with them to make her own special pair of Levi's or whatever, but she is, I guess, their new, not sponsor, but what would you say, spokesperson? That's not what I'm trying to say either. Anyway, it's a good commercial. It's very short. She's basically going to a laundromat, and I'm like, has Beyonce ever been to a laundromat? She's washing her Levi's jeans. Speaking of Diddy, though, you're probably wondering why I don't talk about it that much. It's just a lot to talk about. It's very, 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 very uh like a sick subject. I don't know. I just feel like it's already been talked about so much online, like it's continuing. I feel like I don't really need to talk about it. But he was just a very awful man. Like awful. And the things he's being accused of is like despicable. He's on suicide watch currently, and people are like, "Do not let him die like Epstein. Like we have to know, we have to know." And I'm like, I honestly agree. Like there's a lawsuit going on. I guess I will talk about it. There's a lawsuit going on right now, um, and I don't know. I keep hearing different numbers, and hang on, and there's like over 1,000 people. I mean, that's the last number I heard. The first number I heard was 50. Um, the next number I heard was like 500, and now it's like 1,000. So I don't really know what number it is. We'll just figure it out. Did he class action lawsuit? I guess how would you? Apparently, there's this guy from Texas who's a pretty good lawyer, and he Okay, so now it's 120 people. That was 4 days ago, though. He is going after Diddy, obviously. Wonder if he has any money left. Okay, more than 100. This was 5 days ago. Why isn't it just updating now? I'm so annoyed. Okay, anyway, a lot of people have come out, and men and women, and they say a lot of them have evidence, a lot of them have proof, and this guy seems very confident. I watched an interview with him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we could have info in as little as a week, like a whole lawsuit put together." And he's like, "We have people coming every single day and adding to the lawsuit, and like this is a pretty big deal." So that should be interesting to see. But there was one thing I was going to talk about. Oh, there's a new thing that just came out. Tupac. A guy just came forward and said he was hired by Diddy to kill Tupac. He paid him $1 million. Tupac Shakur's family hires powerhouse attorney. No, that's not what I want. Why doesn't things pop up? I feel like it's so obvious when you type in something that's really popular, right? Like it should just pop up exactly what you're looking for. Anyway, the guy came forward that apparently killed Tupac and said that Sean Diddy Combs paid him $1 million to kill him, which is so crazy. Why did it take this long to finally have all this catch up to him? Like all of it, like everything, all of it. Like why did it take so long? And like people are like saying, "Oh, you need to take down this person and this person knows, and all these people, like all these famous people know," and someone's like, Sean has, I'm not calling his first name. Diddy has pictures of like every major celebrity. Like everyone has a picture with Diddy. Like you can't just clump in all these people together and thinking that they have anything to do with it. And I don't know. There's a whole conspiracy theory. Like you can go down a rabbit hole with all this stuff. Like a lot of people are saying Kanye West going on stage and interrupting Taylor was a way to protect Taylor from Diddy and Jay-Z, and they think that they had Aaliyah purposely killed because she was competition with Beyonce, and that if people don't thank Beyonce in their acceptance speeches when they're up against awards against her, that their careers die or they die, you know. I'm like, I think we're taking it a little too far, but I don't know. This is just pretty big, so this is going to be like, you know how like there was the Amber Heard trial, there's like all these like big events that happen like this, and I feel like this is our next one, the Jeffrey Epstein trial. I feel like this is gonna be the next thing that people like take off work so they can watch the trial. I hope they broadcast it. I doubt they will, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. What's next? Megan Maroney has a deluxe album out now. Her album is called Am I Okay, and she's just finishing up touring soon, I think. Oh no, she's not. Sorry, I just saw a different thing. She added more stops. The tour goes on. Wow, the tour is going on for a long, long time. She's going to Lake Tahoe. Wow. I don't think anybody's gone to Lake Tahoe to perform. It ends next October. Holy crap. That is crazy. No, but she added a deluxe edition, I guess you could say, of 3 more songs. Break It Right Back, Bless Your Heart, and I'll Be Fine. Bless Your Heart. That's such like a good term to use when you're like making fun of somebody, you know, oh, bless their heart. Oh, bless their heart. Poor dummy. But whoever did her website did a really good job. It feels very like DisneyChannel.com vibes. It's giving very Sweet Life of Zack and Cody website. Like, it's her on this velvet sofa with like a blue wall behind it, and she's like in this blue sequin thing. There's a shopping bag under her, and you click on that to go shop for her stuff, like her merch and stuff. Oh, I like that camo shirt. Huh. Interesting. I might have to get that. And then above her on the wall is a poster of her Megan Maroney Am I OK tour, and you click on it and it shows you all the tour dates. And to the right is a picture of her. It says no caller ID. I'm guessing that's an old song or something. And above her there's a shelf with different vinyls and albums and pictures, and you click on it and it takes you to each of those. This is so cool. Whoever did this did a really good job. Very nice. Very, very nice. So there you go. Go listen to her. My friend Nathan is obsessed with her. And good for you. Bless your heart. No, just kidding. I like her. I actually need to listen to her more, but it's just one of those things. Kristen Cavallari, if you guys don't know who she is, she started out on the reality show Laguna Beach, and then she became a star on The Hills, and she went in playing the villain, which is interesting because she turned out to be the one I like the most, and I don't really think she's a villain. She went on to have her own show, Very Cavallari. She's also another person, you guys, that just I don't know if she just launched it, but she has a skincare line, so add that to the list of celebrities with skincare lines. She has a store, though, called Uncommon James, and while she was launching that, she decided to have a reality show, and that's where I found one of my other favorite podcast people, Shannon Ford. Sorry, I just popped like every single joint in my body. She was on that show, and she now has a really, really popular podcast called Probably a Podcast, and I love it a lot. What was I getting at? Anyway, she has it's online, and you can go in person to the show or the store, called Uncommon James. I don't know why it's called that. Should we see if we can find out why is it called? Why is it called Uncommon James? The jewelry line Uncommon James is named after Kristen Cavallari's daughter's middle name, James, and her then husband, Jay Cutler. Uncommon James. How does that have to do with anything with her husband? Who is credited with the uncommon... Sorry, my phone's ringing. Uncommon part of the name. I don't understand what that means, but oh well. So apparently it started out as jewelry, and now it is launched into, I think it's like home goods, and now it's skincare. So apparently they have a really good serum you can use. I don't know, are serums still in? I know a lot of people don't even use serums anymore. And by a lot of people, I saw like 2 people on TikTok say that. So there is that. Anyway, sorry, she was dating... she was married to Jay Cutler, who played some kind of sport. What did he play? Jay Cutler... hang on. What sport did Jay Cutler play? I think it was baseball, wasn't it? Or was it football? Jay Cutler played professional football in the National Football League as a quarterback. Cutler played the Denver Broncos 2006, 2008, Chicago Bears 2009, 2016, and the Miami Dolphins in 2017. I think when the show started, he had just retired. Yeah, so it was not baseball. My apologies to all the sports fans out there. She was also, sorry, she's divorced from him now, and she was just dating that guy from TikTok. I think they have like a group called the Montana Boys. Yeah, they have 489,000 Instagram followers, and they basically just like walk around shirtless all day. They have a million plus followers on TikTok, but apparently they don't post as much. People were saying. Um, she started dating Mark Este, uh, but I think they were super happy together. But I don't know if I'm just delusional or what, but I think all these people look older than me. He's only 24. He looks so much older than 24 years old, which makes me really sad to think that do I look so much older than I really am, and I'm just like in this delusional state. I don't want to look old. Anyway, she broke up with him because there's a pretty big age gap. I guess there's not that big of it. I thought she was older than that. She's only 37, and he's 24, and they were super happy together. But I thought he was closer to like 30. But she said, let's see. Days after Cavallari 37 went public with a split during an appearance on Alex Cooper's Unwell tour in Austin. Let's see. People has learned that filming has begun earlier than previously scheduled on the Montana Boys' newly announced reality TV series. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. A source says that production has picked up cameras sooner than anticipated. That's not what I want to see what she said. Anyway, she basically said that she still loves him, they care for each other, all this stuff, but she knows that she's already got kids, and he wants to have kids, and it's just not fair to her or him. And so it's basically like breaking up for the better of his future, I guess what you could say. There's no ill will. It's just like a sad situation, and I wonder how they met. I'm not gonna look it up, but I'm just curious. Kylie Jenner, I finally got my Kylie Jenner British Vogue magazine. I had to drive all the way to Oklahoma to get it, but I got it. I'm still freaking waiting on the GQ with Beyonce on it. I've never had this hard of a time getting a GQ magazine. I'm not even kidding you guys. Like, they didn't even have a GQ at this Barnes & Noble I went to. I'm like so bugged. Anyways, I finally got my Kylie Jenner one, but she was just in a fashion show, the Coperni fashion show, in Paris, and guess where it was held? Maybe I already said it. It was held at Disneyland Paris, which is truly iconic. Sorry, these people next to me are being super loud. We parked next to these people, and there's like so many open spaces, and of course we have to be parked right next to these people, and they were already here when we got here. And this trailer has like a pop out thing to make the living area bigger, and it's pretty big, and it's kind of obnoxious actually, and you can't use the trailer at all if it's in, which is so frustrating. So it has to be out, and these people have their awning out, and they're just like sitting out underneath it, and it was very, very obvious that they were not going to move their awning, like not at all. And they were nice, they weren't mean, but it was very clear they were not going to try and help us or anything. It's like we had to pull up like pretty far, like we're kind of out in the middle, not in the middle, but like in the drive area, to be able to put out our pop out. And I'm just like, and they just like hang out. Sorry, I think they can hear me. They just like hang out outside all day long, and it is so freaking annoying. Like, why do we have to get parked next to these people? Like, no one else is hanging outside of their trailers except for these people. And like, you can hear everything they're saying, and I'm trying to watch TV. It's just really annoying. Anyway, Kylie Jenner, she closed the show, I guess you could say. I have never heard of Coperni in my entire life. The dress she was wearing was really pretty. The New York Times said how to stage a viral fashion show. I guess that means to get Kylie Jenner to show up. Kylie Jenner Kylie Jenner walks the runway wearing princess gown in Paris Fashion Week debut. I swear Fashion Week is every other weekend. Does that seem like it to anybody else? I swear there's a fashion show, seriously, every weekend. Jenner, 27, walked her first ever Paris Fashion Week show for Parisian brand Caperni's Spring/Summer 2025 collection Tuesday night in front of Sleeping Beauty's castle at Disneyland. I thought Sleeping Beauty's castle was in California. And why are we doing Spring/Summer 2025? We are in fall 2024. Why can't we do Spring/Summer 2025 maybe in January? Maybe that might be a better idea. And why, there was another reason, there was another thing I was going to say. Why do cars come out a year before they're really out? Like, it's not a 2025 Toyota Corolla. It is a 2024 Toyota Corolla, because we are in 2024. How could it possibly be 2025? That has always bugged me. Does that bug anybody else? Why are we releasing things and saying that they're from the future when they're really not? It makes no sense. It makes truly no sense. So this is bugging me. Spring 2025 collection? No, I don't think so. Anyway, she looked good. She looked pretty. Could you imagine? And then there's a picture I think she posted, and they were just like hanging out after hours at Disneyland Paris, and it was only them and her friends. And I'm just like, I want a little taste of that life. Please, please. I just want to be like a groupie. I'll do anything. I'll literally do anything. I'll be the person that carries your bags. I'll just be that person that literally does anything you ask me to do. You want some lemon water? Okay, I'll go find some lemon water. Like, I will do anything to be behind the scenes of a celebrity. I'm not kidding. I'm that desperate. And it's not even desperation. It's something I've always wanted to do. I just think it would be so cool. I don't want to be like their main assistant. I feel like that would be a really hard job. Mainly because I hate talking on the phone, which is ironic because I have a podcast called I'm on the Phone with Kacey K, but you know what I mean. But anything else, honestly, I don't mind doing. I'm pretty good at doing pretty much all that little random stuff that nobody wants to do. But just how fun. And then after, you get to like partake in all of the celebrityness and like see behind the scenes of everything and meet people and like, I don't know. I just think it'd be so cool. What are we at? 47 minutes. Okay. I still have a list of stuff. I think it's pretty easy. I've already talked about Dua Lipa at ACL. She did amazing. Olivia Rodrigo is having a Guts tour movie on Netflix. I think it comes out... Sorry. It comes out this month, I know for sure. Yeah, October 29th. The pop star's new concert film, Olivia Rodrigo Guts World Tour, will debut on Netflix, directed by James Merriman and filmed at Los Angeles' Intuit Dome. How many event centers do they have? There's the SoFi Stadium, there's the Forum, there's the Greek Theater, there's the Hollywood Bowl, and now the Intuit Dome. Oh, and they have the Staples Center, which I am not calling it the Crypto Center. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. That is ridiculous. I always wonder though how Staples was that relevant enough to have it be the Staples Center in Los Angeles for so long. I think that's so interesting. Like, you go into Staples and like you're the only one in there. I'm like, how is this place still in business? I don't understand, and it's so expensive. I wish Olivia Rodrigo would release. Is it Good For You? Good For You or Deja Vu? It's one of those. It was on her Disney Plus little documentary thing she did where she traveled. It was like that road trip one, you know what I'm talking about, and she stopped in different locations and played each song. There's one where she's in the desert and it's like a circle stage and like I don't even know, not a symphony, I guess maybe a symphony is playing the music and she's singing. It is one of the coolest renditions of a song I've ever heard, and you can't stream it, and I'm really, 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 really upset. Really upset. I mean, I can't even remember which song it is, so I can't be that upset, but you know what I mean. It's just so good. I think it's Good For You. Paris Hilton has passed another law, a child abuse law. Let's see, it's her 11th one, and 11 is her lucky number. 1111, if you didn't know that. Her company is called 1111 Media, I think. Paris Hilton law. I'm just gonna type in that. September 27th. Governor Newsom signs legislation championed by Paris Hilton to increase transparency in youth residential treatment facilities. Um, Children and teens, especially those in the care of the foster system, should never be subject to improper use of restraints or isolation while they are meant to be receiving treatment. I am proud to sign legislation today to help protect our youth against such harmful tactics, and I'm grateful to Paris Hilton for using her voice to ensure that no child suffers like she did. This is from Paris right here. As a survivor of a troubled teen industry, I'm deeply thankful to Governor Newsom for signing the Accountability in Children's Treatment Act. With his support, California is taking a major step toward protecting vulnerable youth by making these facilities more transparent. The law will bring much needed oversight, and I'm proud to have partnered with Senator Shannon Grove and the legislature to help pass or make this change a reality. Good for you, Paris Hilton. I feel bad though, because whenever she probably thinks about Utah, she just thinks about that horrid, awful place that abused her, which is literally like in our backyard. And I thought it was. I mean, this isn't going to be like beneficial to anybody, but I thought the school was a different school this whole time, but it's actually closer to Provo Canyon, which is obviously why it's called Provo Canyon School. um, but yeah, it's just weird to drive by it and think what horrible things have and probably are going on there, and there's like nothing to do about it. So I'm glad Paris Hilton is finally taking a stand and doing something. Not that I think, oh, finally she's doing something. Like, finally someone is doing something, is what I meant to say. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are on the cover of Vanity Fair. I think there's going to be 3 covers. I think there's going to be one of Cynthia, one of Ariana, and then one of both of them together. And that is the November. So we'll probably be able to access it in December, because that is how long it takes for all these magazines to come out. I watched The Real Housewives of Salt Lake while I was here in Oklahoma, and this episode was it was whatever, it was mid. I did feel bad for, what's her name? What is her name? The one that's dating the Osmond guy. I forgot her name. Like, it's obvious that she's not very bright when it comes to him, and she can be kind of annoying sometimes, but when she found out that, when I think it was Angie told her that her friend he reached out to her friend and was like flirting with her friend, just like the sadness in her eyes, that actually was really, really sad. And how she walked away and was like, she's trying to like act all like tough and just be like, oh, okay, I'll look into it. But like, really, she's like standing there trying not to cry, and then she walks away and starts crying. That is really sad. But it's just like, why do you keep going back? Why do you keep going back to him? Like, there's been several incidences, and you've broke up how many times? Like 30? But seeing people in the moment really upset is quite sad, I will say. But I was thinking, so Whitney took the ladies, they went to Milwaukee, and they went to a Bucks game. And I'm like, I wonder if deep down this has something to do with like a diss on Lisa about the whole Jazz tickets, and how she's, that whole subject of how Lisa Barlow gets her Jazz tickets. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I don't know, just a thought I had. Just a little thought that was thinking up in my head. Desperate Housewives premiered 20 years ago. That is so crazy. I remember when this show first came out. I'm like, what is this show? And I just see clips of it on TV, and then this was the very first show I ever binge watched on Netflix. This one and what's it called? Gossip Girl. This one was first though, and like, I would literally, think of anything I could do to make myself productive while I was watching this. Like, I literally ironed every single piece of clothing I had, just to be like, see, I'm being productive. I'm doing something. I'm like, I am not just sitting around. Now it's like nobody cares. Everyone just sits around and watches TV. Yeah, that's a good one to watch if you guys are wanting to watch it. I don't know how well it held up, like, politically correctness, but it's really good. It's like funny, it's sad, it's heartwarming, it's just all of it, and it's very, very cool. And you can still go to Universal Studios in Hollywood and take the tour of the back lot, and you can see the houses. You can see Wisteria Lane. Like, it was like built for this show, and you can see where they filmed and stuff, which is so cool. It was so cool to see all those after I just watched it. Kelly Clarkson is performing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. I feel like I've talked about this for the last 2 weeks. Dua Lipa is also performing. Cher's getting inducted. That sounds not right. Inducted into the Hall of Fame. And it's like the highest honor you could ever receive. So, good for you, Cher. Charlie XCX has an interview with Zane Lowe. Zane Lowe is like the number one person on Apple Music. He does all these interviews with all these big celebrities when they have music coming out. So I think it's out right now. I'm not really sure. Princess Diaries 3 is officially in the works, and people were like, please call Chris Pine, please, 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 please. And this came straight from Anne Hathaway's Instagram and TikTok page. She said it herself. It is happening. Dolly Parton, she donated $2 million to the Hurricane Relief Fund, and $1 million of it was her personal donation, and $1 million of it was her company's, I think. And she said, I'm going to match it. So she gave him $2 million. I just love her. And she, when there's a huge fire in the Smoky Mountains, she gave people money every single week for, I don't even know how long. Should we see? How much money did Dolly Parton give away? Okay, sorry, it took me a minute because all the news right now is about her giving away $2 million to the hurricane. But I just read that also she spoke at a Walmart. I'm not really sure why. I think it's because she has a new cookbook out. Walmart also said that day they're donating $10 million. So that's $12 million. That's good. Anyway, I found the fire one I was talking about. I didn't realize it was that long ago. It was like 2017, 2018. I feel like it was just a few years ago. But it says the My People's Fund gave $1,000 a month to about 900 families impacted by the fire, regardless of income, for 6 months. But the Dollywood Foundation received so many donations they increased the amount to $5,000 the final month. They also opened an additional organization called Mountain Tough to help families on a case-by-case basis and clean up home sites. In total, $12.5 million went to the people of Sevier County from the foundation. That's crazy. That's so cool. I just love her. I want to go to Dollywood so bad, you guys. You have no idea how bad I want to go to Dollywood. I love amusement parks. I love theme parks. I love amusement parks. And I think going to Dollywood would be so fun. Yeah, what is next? The Jingle Ball is being announced slowly. I think Benson Boone is performing there. Katy Perry just announced she's performing there. Katy Perry keeps adding shows to her Australian tour because it is such in high demand. I love that. I'm so glad that you're getting the accolades you deserve. People are like, please, Katy Perry, please just move to Australia. Apparently she's performing in Adelaide too, and that sounds like it's a place not many people go and tour, because in the comments I saw when she added the Adelaide shows, they're like, thank you, Katy Perry, thank you so much. Hopefully this will show other artists that there is a demand in Adelaide and people want people to come tour here. And I'm like, oh, I just love that. The Jingle Ball, iHeartRadio, is on Friday, December 13th. So far, Katy Perry's performing, 21 Pilots, Tate McRae, Teddy Swims, Meghan Trainor, The Kid Laroi, Madison Beer. Did you guys know Tate McRae and The Kid Laroi are dating? I think I keep meaning to talk about that, but I forget. Madison Beer, Benson Boone, Gracie Abrams, Shabuzi, NCT Dream. I do not know who NCT Dream is, but this would be a good lineup. It's in Texas, Los Angeles, Chicago, Detroit, New York, Boston. How is it in all of these places? Interesting. So apparently not all of them are in the same place all the time. It is literally in like every major city. Oh, you guys, I was so excited to buy Beyonce's whiskey, Sir Davis. And I'm like, for sure they'll have it in Oklahoma. Like, it's not shocking they don't have it in Utah, because Utah sucks when it comes to that kind of stuff. But they don't sell it in Oklahoma at all. They hardly sell it anywhere. They don't sell it in Vegas. They sell it in Chicago. They don't sell it in Phoenix. They sell it in Denver. It's like really random where they sell it. Obviously in Los Angeles, New York, like, but I'm like, how is this possible? Like, what is going on? And they don't ship to Utah, God forbid. So yeah, I'm still without my Sir Davis whiskey that I probably will not like, but I just want the bottle. I'm just telling you, I want the bottle. Nothing Breaks Like a Heart is now in the Billions Club on Spotify. That is truly one of the greatest songs of all time. I remember when it came out, it was like during the era of, I think it was during the era of Ariana Grande's, um, what's that album called? The Thank You Next one? Is it then? Thank You Next and 34, 35, and yeah, what's the one? There's Thank You Next and then there's the other one. Why did I just forget the name of it? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It is in the Billions Club now, and it deserves it. The music video is good, the song's good. Um, yeah, I love it. Grammy nominations are being submitted as we speak, and it'll be interesting to see who gets picked as a nominee. I I don't mean to make fun, but I'm going to. They submitted JoJo Siwa for Grammys, you guys. So if you ever think you're delusional, just know that there are more delusional people out there. And honestly, delusion isn't even that bad anymore. I'm kind of ready to start being delusional and being weird and check out of reality, because for the people that I've seen that are not with us on this planet, they seem to live pretty decent lives. I'm gonna say. So, yeah, she was nominated for Best New Artist, I think, and Best Record of the Year. You guys, it's so sad. I just, is there not anybody that tells her no? Like, is there no one there to tell her, like, hey, look, this just isn't it. I'm so sorry. This is not it. Um, yeah, so when the official nominations come out, I will let you know. Four artists currently have over 100 million listeners on Spotify for the first time ever. It is The Weeknd, Billie Eilish, what did you forget the name? Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. So I don't understand how The Weeknd constantly has over 100 million listeners. I just don't understand it. Are that many people listening to him? I feel like his new song, I've hardly heard anything about it, and it's like number one on Spotify. I'm like, I barely heard anything of it, and what I've heard does not even sound comparably good to like what your old stuff. Like, I didn't think he could get any better, honestly, than The Hills. The Hills is one of, I think, the coolest sounding songs ever. And then when he came out with Save Your Tears and In Your Eyes, I'm like, okay, there's no way he can top this. I hate Blinding Lights. I don't like that song at all. I think it's so obnoxious. Um, what? I guess I shouldn't say I hate it. I just don't really like it, and I don't know if it's because it got played so much. Um, but yeah, this new song just does not sound that good, and I'm like, who is still listening to him? I'm serious, you guys. I think he sold his soul. Truly, I do. And that might explain why. But anyway, I guess we'll end on that. We'll end on selling our souls. Sorry if this sound was awful this week and if you could hear tons of stuff in the background. But yeah, I am committed to give you guys the tea every single week, no matter where I am. This week, though, is going to be interesting. I think I'm going to record it literally tomorrow or the next day. Next week's episode. I was going to say album. Because I will be gone to Phoenix and I won't have time to record. I come back Monday. So I guess I could do it when I get home, but it would be later in the afternoon. So I think I might just record it earlier. Anyway, come visit Oklahoma. It's actually really pretty here. I could never live here though because the roads are absolutely shit. And there's a lot of money here. There's a lot of big, 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 big houses. Like palatial estates, and I just want a little bit of it. Can I please just have a little bit? Anyway, have a good day, and get ready for fall whenever it decides to show up because it's still pretty warm. Anyway, love you, bye.